Okay, and we're live. Today it's me and Yarrow pairing on trying to complete the Hangouts feature. So Yarrow, yes, right.
By the way, would you like it like? Oh, you choose the yeah. What's better for you, light or dark?
Um, I usually use dark, but it's up to
Okay,
you.
that's okay. I think it's we can actually choose different ones for ourselves. I can have dark and you can have light and the opposite.
Well, okay. If you want. I
But
mean,
that's okay.
if you prefer light, just switch it to light. I don't mind.
All right. Right. Well, I was looking through your code review that you've done, and I have fixed everything except those two things in the show view. So I was thinking,
Okay.
why not change that as well,
Yeah.
since we're there. Although, okay, so I just wanted to. There is this a URL setting at the top, which
Yeah.
somebody was using to make it shorter. Um, form. Let me see. Where's that's it here. They're using this shorthand for URL.
Okay. But this is for the event.url form.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
this is the one. So since we do have this, why not just replace all event URLs that we have in numerous places with this URL here?
Uh, do we need to do that?
No, but I mean, why have this and then at the same time have things on 36 lines below here? I mean, why check for URL there and check for URL here?
Yeah.
And check for URL here as well.
That's because they needed to render the buttons.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, since we're checking it at the top, since we're assigning a URL, if a URL is present, there is no need to check again if it's present on line 36 and on line 45.
Why not? On line 45, I think it's important.
Yeah, no. I mean, since we have checked here, why not just why not just have something like if URL without the event?
Um,
Or in fact, you know,
that's not much different. Oh,
no, but since we're changing it, since we're refactoring it, why not? I guess.
okay. But I was thinking of just getting rid of URL altogether.
Oh, that one URL at the top, get rid of it.
Yes.
Okay, I mean that's fine by me. So let's get rid of that and find where was that used. Yeah.
On line 3, we can delete completely the value assignment.
Right. So here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we do event.
No, we don't need that. URL is fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is yeah. I see what you mean.
I mean, on line, yes, 53, we can get rid of the value assignment. We don't need that.
That get assigned the text field. How would the text field get assigned? The value of the text field.
The form helper would do that automatically.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We can test that quickly on the Rails console.
Let's see. We can do it like this as well. Okay. This is the show spec.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know about the capital V. Which opens in a split.
capital V8 opens it in a split.
Okay.
I've been watching a screencast from this guy, Destroy All Software.
Ah, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I was
Actually,
watching a screencast on him testing without loading Rails. He would
mhm.
like pull out stuff into classes and put them in the lib directory, and would not require spec helper, and that is just lightning fast.
Yes, I know about that. In fact, the latest RSpec is they're trying to promote this by splitting spec helper into two files now. So there's Rails helper
Mhm.
and spec helper, one which explicitly loads Rails, the other which does not. I Well, to be honest, I don't really mind loading Rails. Lightning fast tests isn't really what I want to aim for.
But
Tests
yeah,
is
but
just tests.
yeah, but I mean, when you're writing it, so to get a quick feedback, that would be nice because now I press I press the button and I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's an SSD drive, and 8 gigs of RAM, and it takes time.
Okay, yeah, but there are plenty of other tools like Guard, which you're trying to implement, which can give you that feedback without having to wait. That is why I always open the I
What do you mean? But God, God still, I mean, God
um
fires out the test, and you still wait for 6 seconds for it to show.
yeah, but you don't really have to be focused on waiting for the test, do you?
Yeah, but if I can't go on without seeing the test feedback. Okay, but
Okay.
but anyway, this is done.
Yeah.
So the view has changed.
Yep.
Uh, so you had two concerns about this, and that's it. So we have these concerns are dealt with.
Yeah. Another.
Uh,
Hmm.
So these are all the points you mentioned in the pull request itself. So let's do something else then. What other concerns do you have?
I'm a little concerned with the way you're handling JavaScript, to be honest. There's
Right.
lots of
Okay. Let's
um
have a look at that.
where was the file that was looking at?
I'm still very young about
Yeah,
uh,
okay. Hangout button partial.
the partial
Yes, the
or the
partial.
JavaScript itself. All right. Okay.
Partial. You are using an
That's
inline script to call the load hangout button. Why are you doing that?
yeah. The main reason for that is because I don't want to have an event on the document on the page load. Um,
Okay,
so
why?
because dealing with those events not being attached several times is just too complicated. So I thought it's much easier just to call it inline. The div is loaded, and we call the script straight after the div is loaded. And inline scripts are always reevaluated by turbolinks.
Yes. But that is why I wrote my module definition to avoid this problem.
I know, but I mean, what's easier to call it like this, just to call a function from here, or to deal with all those event handlers on the document load and to attach it,
But now you're embedding JavaScript logic inside the views.
Uh, Technically, yes, although not inside a view, inside a partial. I
Yeah,
know, I
but
know, I know it's still
partial.
HTML, but it's much easier to handle it if anything happens to it.
But then you're splitting the logic into multiple files.
Like
If they
how?
want to investigate how the Hangout button works, they open up
Right.
the JavaScript, but they don't see what is really happening. Which is why I prefer to put all the JavaScript inside the actual file.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind. This was my reasoning. In fact, in the first situation I just followed exactly the same pattern you've used for attaching, attaching an event. And then I had a lot of reading on turbolinks and a lot of experimenting, and I just thought it's not worth the hassle. But okay, let's rewrite it into having an event.
Yeah.
I mean, no problem with that. Let's see. So this
Okay, can I
is.
see your original implementation then? I mean, if you still have it.
I think it would be just easier to write it rather than
Okay, go ahead.
look for it in refs somewhere. So this is the Hangout button JS. This is the latest version of it.
Okay. Well, I'm starting. So, is this Hangout button only included in certain pages, right? It's not included in all the pages.
Well, at the moment, it's only included on the events page and in projects pages.
Okay.
Although it's the other version of Hangout button which is included in projects pages. I didn't touch it for now, um, you know, because it's projects, not events, just to keep it separate.
Okay.
But the idea here is where the script. Yeah, so the idea was I stub it out in the application CS, in the application JS, this script, so it doesn't get loaded on the application startup. I have a for tag for the script in the page, so that inlines it into the head, and this gets loaded on the when we go to the actual event. This script gets attached. Also, I have included this tag on um, events, no, not show, index page. Also, I have an index page, and the idea was because usually go to index page first. Why not fire up loading the Google API, the GIP? So by the way we get to the event itself, it is loaded. We don't have to wait for it. I mean, before this Google API was loaded in the application JS, because application JS was requiring the project JS file, it was loading the Google API for the whole website. So I thought, let's load it only in the event and only in the event index page, just to get ready for the Hangout button to appear.
Right.
And then, so the idea was is to attach this function here, which pulls out, you can see it pulls out the attributes out of div, calls the JP API, and then this script gets loaded, the load JIP function gets called, and then we make an AJAX request to Google API. In the case if it's not loaded, if it is loaded, then we just skip this part, we don't do it. And then also here, just in case we don't call the event for rendering the button doesn't get called from somewhere else, we call it when the script gets loaded. Because I'm calling it here after the div is loaded, but I'm also calling it here, just in case.
Okay.
And it only happens the first time when the JP hasn't been called yet. And this script here runs only if we have JP defined, and I can do this, right?
Nope, don't do that.
Okay.
Type of will return a string.
Oh yeah, I'm using typo here. That's right. And also, if there is the div present.
Okay.
So how should we attach an event then?
Actually, in this case, we probably don't need to. I've come to realize that for scripts that load only for certain pages, there is a much easier way to do it without worrying about the event.
Hmm.
Do you mind if I take over for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Just
Um,
mind you, I mean, surely you know
oh,
that.
what the?
Yeah, yeah, I have this, so don't
Yeah,
worry about that at all.
fine. Let me.
You remember that when the script has been already loaded, right? And you refresh the page. Well, you don't refresh the page, but you move along through turbolinks.
Uh-huh.
The Ajax request for GIP doesn't get fired, so that event doesn't get fired. We need another event, which we should attach to page load.
Okay.
No? I mean, what's your idea?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
I'm just saying the script on the load GAPI, the one on the left
Uh-huh.
on line 20, that gets fired only when we do the Ajax request, right?
Right.
But if we click a turbo link and we go to another page, the GAP is already loaded, so the Ajax request is not being done, and the event done is not being fired. So we need some other way to render the Hangout button, to fire the load Hangout button function.
Sorry, were you talking about the projects or the uh,
The
Hangout
events.
button.js?
No, 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 I'm talking about the Hangout button JS.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, go on. Right, just go on.
Uh, okay. And I'm just thinking since we now have two places where we want to run that Ajax request, um, it might be worth bundling it into a separate function. So one Hangout button. Um,
Do you wanna refactor projects now in this pull request?
yeah, because the Ajax request is here. Here, I hate it when there's duplication. So,
I know,
um,
but it's just I thought we would change the Hangout button to the projects refactoring in another pull request. But
um,
since you're the acceptor, so why not? Let's go.
well, there's nothing wrong with doing a bit of refactoring. There's no reason to split it up too many times because you just leave yourself more work that is to be done, but then you'll eventually forget it. So it's better to handle it while you are.
But the thing is, I'm sure we will not forget about this because the next step after we do the Hangout thing is to move the same functionality from events onto projects. So basically, we'll be using the same functionality for event Hangouts. We'll be using it in projects Hangouts.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess I understand. But if it were myself, because it's not too much effort, because I know how to do it, I
Okay,
can,
let's go. Let's go then.
uh, yeah,
It will be educational for
I
me
would have
anyway.
done it. Um, First, can I have a look at what our like now? Application project. You know, we could just create another directory called private modules, uh,
Hmm.
which would be all the private. I mean, the stuff that will be stubbed out from application.js, so we don't need to stub each
Yeah, good
individually.
idea. Good idea. Good idea. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Because it's just a
Now,
hassle doing it by hand.
yes. Okay, so I think I'll create a. This is a bit awkward for me.
You can actually do it right in the node tree.
Sorry.
When you are inside the node tree, you can press M for menu, and then you'll have a menu for adding, deleting everything.
Okay.
So do add A,
Add.
and that's it.
Okay.
Just and if you want to add a directory, don't forget the slash after the name.
Okay. Or that didn't open it up, did it?
No,
Uh,
not if you don't ask for it.
sure.
It's camel case JavaScript, yeah?
Huh?
It's camel
Yeah,
case in
it's
JavaScript.
um
By the way, Brian, have you found a way to automate this? You know, putting a line inside the function and then closing the square bracket, putting the semicolon, and moving it back inside the function.
nope, I haven't yet. I'm sure there
All
is a
right.
way.
Just a sec, Brian.
Sure.
All right.
Hmm. Guess that should be sufficient for now.
I guess.
Yep, so I'm just creating a function that that will lazily
Mm-hmm.
load the Hangouts and and we'll call a certain callback if it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So this can be refactored to webs and then just pass in this. And here,
How would that function, the website one load Hangouts, get into the global namespace?
hmm?
How would
Well,
that function get in?
website one dot load Hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've defined website one in the global namespace. So
Yeah, but I mean, where will you be requiring this this file, the load hangout.js in the application?
yes, because I did require tree. It's fine. Everything
Aha.
will be
Okay.
loaded. Um,
Okay.
right. So here, I have to go and keep it open to see it. So one load hangout button. So actually, let me refactor this first.
Mm-hmm.
So one. Can you do a quick test?
Mm, you mean the Jasmine test?
I don't think we have Jasmine test to check whether or not stuff are loaded or the
Mm.
Hangout button is present because it.
Well, for all the JavaScript I had tests,
Uh-huh.
but you've changed it a little, so oh, we might as well
Will that
check.
break things?
I
Yeah,
don't
go
know.
ahead.
Let's check. That's not a problem. I have.
Or did I write? Hmm. I can't remember actually. Just run all the run the Jasmine tests. I might have wrote the test to check for the GAPI.
You have. You have. Thing is, in fact, I could have used it completely, but I wanted to practice with Jasmine,
Oh, okay.
and in the end, I just ended up doing it a little bit differently, but pretty much the same. But you did have it for Project.js.
Okay.
And
Good.
also, I've been trying really hard to make the button load really quickly. but it seems that the actual call, the JP Hangout render, takes the most time. So it's not the JP Ajax call; it's the actual rendering which takes time.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's nothing much we can do about that. That is a third party.
Yeah, that's right. It's working.
Good. How about for the projects?
Yeah, good idea. Projects. No.
No.
No, it's not working. Let's see. I'll share the inspector. Google Hangout. Let's see. Okay. Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so let's see first head.
What? I can't read the error message. What is it saying?
It's some Chrome extension. Let me make it bigger. It's something about Chrome extension. It's not about website one.
Oh, okay.
It's my local events.
Check ads. Oh, okay. Fine.
Okay, we have Hangout button.js at project loaded. Okay. But how thing is how are you calling this function? How are you calling the load Hangouts? Who is it being called by?
It's being called by, well, your function here, the load.g API, and
Yeah,
project.
the execution would go inside the load API only once when the Hangout when the file, the Hangout button, when this file gets attached to the head for the first time. The
Uh-huh.
second time, so it got attached when I went to the events page, but when I went to projects page, TurboLinks didn't reevaluate this script.
You mean this script, the Hangout button?
Yeah, yeah, because it was already in the head. The TurboLinks didn't evaluate it again, and so the function load API wasn't called.
Okay, yeah. I don't
So we
think,
need some other way of calling it.
but in the projects page, it has a separate way to run the Hangout, to load the Hangout.
And same for events page. I went to events page now, and okay, I have a debugger here, and it's not loading anymore because no, it is loading. Wait, it is loading. Why?
So
Let me
it
check
loads in the events page,
another.
but not in.
Yeah, it loads in all events pages.
How about in the
Although
projects page?
on the projects page, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Let me check it. Yeah, let me check again, but it doesn't. In fact, I don't even think the. Let's see if the div is being rendered. Where would div be? Somewhere around here. Okay. By the way, is there a search in the console?
I have no
In
idea, to
the
be honest. I haven't been able to do that.
right. Let me search the source itself. Page source.
The
Because I
source.
don't. Oh wait a second, Brian. I know what the problem is. Thing is, you see, I have a placeholder called live HOA. And in projects view, it is only HOA placeholder, not live. I did different
Yes.
names, so you know they don't interact with each other.
Yes. HOA placeholder is what we use in the projects.
Yeah. So we could go. I guess we could change it. We can change it into to HOA and then go to the my partial and just change it to HOA. Do you want me to do that?
Um, that's not very important right now, I think.
Okay, but then the projects page doesn't get rendered. I mean, the Hangout
Yeah.
button doesn't get rendered.
It would be a different problem, I believe. No, it's hard. Right. Let me add a debugger here. Can you run it again and show me the output for
Sure.
yeah.
Now, like run the server and show the output
Just
to,
refresh. Oh,
to
okay.
Rails thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just show the
I'm
output.
just thinking how I can give you access to the debugger itself.
I don't think that's easy.
With teammates, you can't start another session. That's the problem. Although, wait a second, maybe we can. I'll
But
just
then I want to see the output from the browser. Can you actually do that?
that's it. I can do it for you. That's it. Can you see the second pane?
Yep, and you seem to be in the system root as well.
Yeah, I'll move from
Doesn't
there in
that
a
affect
second.
you?
No. It's just teammate doesn't know how to keep the same directory.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rails. Yes. I just want to give you access to the debugger so you can do it yourself. Okay, so I'm refreshing the projects page. Yeah.
Okay. But okay. Do you
Okay. Um, no, it doesn't. It doesn't get interrupted. Let's try the events page. No, the events page doesn't get interrupted either. Have you saved the file?
yes? Can you did you go to the event show page?
Sure. At the moment, yes, I'm on the events show page.
Oh no, okay, fine. It won't work for events, sorry. Yeah,
So
that's
projects.
silly. Just projects.
Okay.
So for some reason this isn't loading. Can you do it again?
I am in projects now.
What? Refresh again. It should hit now.
Um, should we open up the debugger and see if it's defined at all?
Um, so wait, did it not hit the debugger?
No, not at all. Oh, I mean
Oh,
the Java debugger.
sorry.
I mean, open up the JavaScript debugger and see what's happening.
Uh, yes. So it didn't hit the JavaScript debugger because I put a JavaScript debugger.
No, I mean the Chrome debugger. We
Yeah.
have we have the Rails debugger and it doesn't hit the Rails debugger.
No, I'm not
So
talking
no,
about the Rails debugger. I was talking about the Chrome debugger. When you refresh
how
the
did you?
page, you
Yeah,
can
but how did you?
you can add debugger
Yeah.
into the source, and that will trigger a debugger. And you can also add breakpoints in the source.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I never knew that. How do we do that? how do we do it? Okay, okay, it has hit the debugger in the
Okay.
Chrome.
Can you check what the button is? Just type button. I wonder why am I checking. Don't know who wrote that, but seems to be checking twice. So there is no button, so it won't. Okay.
Let's do it this way. Let's see.
Uh,
Um,
that's very interesting.
no.
Why is that not there?
Where's where's the placeholder?
That
Um, uh, who is adding the placeholder anyway?
it should have been rendered as part of the show page.
Ah, but wait a second. Maybe the page is not rendered yet.
No, these handlers should have been attached properly.
To the page reload.
Yes, to the page reload. Um,
Let's see, who's calling this? This is being called by jQuery event trigger, jQuery turbo links. So it seems like it has been called by the page reload.
yeah, page load should always be called after all the DOM elements have been
Uh-huh.
loaded.
Let's see the window. Window.
Hold on. Are you logged in?
Good question. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Right. Can we see it in the documents then? Documents. How would we see it in the documents? Wait a second. Let me open the view itself. So this is show for projects, right?
Yep. Oh, are you following the project? Question.
Good question. Maybe not. Where is it checking for that?
In the view itself.
Oh, in the view itself.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe not. No, I'm not at all because I've been recreating the database. So
Okay.
let's
Just
go with
follow that
this.
project and then you should be able to.
Yeah. Well, it is asking. It is talking to Google, so it might appear in a second. Yeah, it is here. Okay.
Okay. Is it loading?
Yeah. Yeah. It has loaded.
Good. Um.
You can yeah,
Never mind.
can you close the or make it smaller or something, or let me make it smaller. Okay, and this. All right. Okay, you go.
Okay. Um. All right. So that's working. Now I'm just wondering
So,
why.
Brian, I don't quite get. So, um, how come when the page gets loaded, the website one.load Hangouts gets called?
Because they're being called in this script here and in here.
No, no, no. But I mean, when you reload the page, um, when you reload the page, the load JPI here in when on line 5 now,
Uh-huh.
right? 5 lines below, doesn't get called. because it's not, the script is not re-evaluated again.
Yeah.
So it gets called by the callback call in the file above, right?
Wait, sorry? Oh, okay, so you mean you're talking about Hangout button JS, right? So
Yeah.
it is
So
only evaluated once, that's right, when you load the
yeah.
page for events. So what was your concern?
So when I go to another event, right? This
Uh-huh.
script doesn't get evaluated.
Nope.
So nobody calls the load JPI
Nope.
function. Right. Okay. So we might as well. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Um, now. Um,
Do you have a question?
yeah. So now. So who calls it when I go to another event? Who calls the website one load hangout button? This
This
script
script
here.
tag
Yeah.
here. Yes. So
Now
if I get
tell
rid of it,
and why does this script gets reevaluated every time?
because it's an inline script.
Oh, we have an inline script here, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you used it.
Yeah, now without it. How do we do it without it?
Without it, let me do a bit of refactoring. Okay, without it, what we can do is just tell. You can first check that it's properly broken. So we are what we
Say
are
again?
expecting. Can you just check that it is broken? So when you
Yeah,
go to the events page, it loads. Then another event, it will not load.
it
Something like
doesn't
that.
load.
Okay,
It doesn't load
so
anymore.
that is what we expected.
Uh-huh.
Now, let me introduce the fix.
I was reading the documentation about this tag,
Uh-huh.
right? And from what I got in documentation, Brian, it actually says that this is used only for scripts inside the body, and used in that, and it is used only in the way that you say turbolinks eval equals false, which means when you load the body, don't reevaluate the script inside the body, because by default, all the scripts inside the body get reevaluated. And
Okay.
from what I got from documentation, this doesn't make any effect on links in the head.
Um, why don't we try that then?
Let's try it. Let's try it. Although I think I've tried it a few times, but let's
Yeah.
try it. Have you saved it? Let's
Okay.
see.
Yep. Saved it.
Okay, it is working for the first time. Let's go to another page now. And it is not.
It is not. Huh.
No.
Okay.
But
Several links about.
do you want a link to documentation?
No, it's fine. I guess I misunderstood its intention. So there is no
And that's
simpler
probably
way for a single page.
why you had this. That's probably why you had that hassle with turbolinks.
Yes. Okay. So in that
And in
case,
fact, you told me to add those tags to script tags, and added them for discuss. But then I read the documentation and I removed them because I realized that they don't actually do anything at all.
okay. Right. Fair enough. I guess you're right. So data turbo links eval. I guess that's not a shortcut we can make. So we have to
Attach an event then.
do it the other way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Oh, It feels very slow now. Is your internet okay?
It must be the Hangout, the Google Hangout, which makes it slow.
Okay. Well, it's not very pleasant. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's see.
actually, let me switch the debugger off. Yeah, that might help.
Actually, that did help a lot.
Wow, that's the debugger. Oh yeah, I guess the debugger is listening to Chrome, to the whole of Chrome.
Oh, whoa. Then it's down again. Right. So all I really need to do is move. Move this here. Okay.
So we're following the same
Seems to be
pattern, right?
behaving. Yep.
Okay.
Similar. Where's the cursor now?
On type of.
Huh. For some reason the cursor was invisible to me.
When you, I mean, how can
Yeah,
we
the
solve the
cursor is
problem with it?
invisible to me.
Really?
Huh?
I wonder how
Yeah,
can we solve the
anyway.
problem with audio? If we could just have an SSH session, and we need an audio session somehow, just along with SSH. But then we can't record it.
But then we can't record it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Never mind.
Right, so I'm just modifying it all to run.
Uh-huh.
With that callback that I set up. Trying to code at an excruciatingly slow pace. This is...
I don't know how to help you, honestly. I can close a few Chrome windows,
That's fine,
but
that's fine.
I looked in the process
Don't
monitors.
worry
It
about
is
it.
the Google Hangouts are just killing everything. Let's see.
Don't worry about it. Okay, try this.
You mean the page?
Yep.
Okay, it's been loaded the first time. Let's see. I go to another event. Yeah, it does get loaded, and quite quickly as well. So
Okay,
let me
good.
just update myself. So in the Hangout button JS, we are defining a Hangout button function. Okay, that
Yep.
returns an init, and init gets picked up by your module, as far as I remember.
Uh-huh.
And does your
Yes, that's
module
right.
does your module run it? Oh yeah, it does the init, and okay, and then all right, okay, that makes sense. By the way, Brian, do we need the load hangout JS, the file above?
Load Hangout JS. Yes.
Ah,
It's just
Yes,
to create
yes, we
like a
do. We
shared
call the
function. Yeah.
right. And and where do you pass the callback to that function? Call website one load Hangouts. Ah, you do it here. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So basically, the Hangout button JS just defines the callback, and the job of calling the callback is done by the global module.
Yes.
Uh,
So I think doing it this way is a little bit cleaner for both projects and Hangouts. Um, yeah.
what I don't
Any more?
understand
Hmm.
is, but why does the script above gets reevaluated every time?
This what? I mean this one?
Why does no the script on the left? The script on the left. The load Hangouts thing. Yeah. Why does this gets
No,
reevaluated?
it's not reevaluated. It's only evaluated once. Because with turbolinks, you won't ever lose any JavaScript definitions. So this is run once, but it's left, but it remains for the entire session, which is I don't know a either feature or bug of turbolinks. So
All
that's
right,
why.
I got it. I wonder, Brian, what I don't understand. This callbacks thing is a bit confusing in JavaScript, and it's all around the place. It doesn't like make the life harder.
It does, which is what I'm trying to struggle with at the moment. Whether or not we should just remove turbolinks altogether, and I can get rid of all this magic. Um,
No, I mean, no. This is a general question. Just in JavaScript as a whole, there are a lot of callbacks being passed all around the place, and it's very difficult to follow the execution. Well, a lot more difficult than in Ruby.
uh, well, this is the way JavaScript works. Callbacks is one integral part of the language, and if you work with like Node or other JavaScript frameworks or your Jasmine, they use callbacks extensively. In fact, you do use them in Ruby as well. They're just called a different
But
name,
more,
blocks.
yeah, with blocks, yeah, sure. Okay. So, I would need to refactor the Jasmine test for this, I guess,
Um, yes. Shall
because
we?
this would certainly fail.
Will it?
Uh,
What? When do
yeah,
I
it
have a
fails.
Jasmine test?
It fails.
I haven't. I think I haven't did a full review. I only went halfway.
Let's see which tests are failing. Da. Yeah, it's both projects tests and my tests are failing. Should we fix them?
Projects test. Okay.
Hmm.
So what was failing in the projects test? I wonder.
The website one projects module loading the HOA button render is undefined.
Renders.
Undefined.
Uh, can I see that error message by any chance?
Sure.
Somewhere? Error render is undefined.
Um, where's it? Ray Jasmine's. Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, can you try dragging the pane borders with your mouse and resizing them?
Nope, can't do that.
All right, so that's me. Okay, fine.
Undefined evaluating some object.
Let's just look at the whole spec, just one by one, and fix it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I didn't realize you can write all without underscores in Control P.
Oh, yeah. It does the fuzzy search, so you don't really need to do
Mhm.
everything. Now what did the message say? It should call GAPI. There it is.
Well, the
Hangout.run
first
into
the first error is projects module loading should define a new website one module called projects. That is failing.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Expect the reload script. Something window to be defined. Now why would that fail?
Well, it says cannot read property render of undefined. And property render is
Wait, where are
in,
you reading? Do you mind highlighting or?
sure, let me just move there. Uh, okay, this is it here. I'll just move it to the top. Can you see it here?
Okay. That's very strange. Reload script.
See on line 19 in the load hangout.js.
Uh-huh. Line 19 and load 19. There is no 19 in load hangout.js.
Well,
Load
uh,
19. I don't think there was evaluating render line 19 of no at
it's not
19
about,
of
well,
something.
it's not evaluating JP Hangout here at all. I mean, all it can do here is call a callback,
Uh-huh.
go inside
Yeah.
here, and line 19 is around here. Well, yeah, this here. Um, so
Line.
so it seems that it goes inside here when the placeholder is not present, and that could be
Um. Well, what I'm actually more concerned about is the first, which is so this one was not defined. Why? I don't think I did anything significant to change
listen.
this.
Could it be a
Oh,
problem?
damn it.
What's up?
Because I remember now to keep the test clean, I was keeping modules separate and cleaning out the object, and now that I realize I actually am attaching a function to it. Wait, hold on. No, that shouldn't be the issue, I
You
think.
mean in the JavaScript helpers there was a before each block. Yeah.
Yes, clear. No, no. This should not be causing the problem, actually. Um, Can I put one more test here?
Sure.
Expect window dot hangouts. This is just. Do you mind running this test? Or
Sure. Do you want me
actually,
to switch to paint? Yeah, well, you can do it.
yeah. So we need to find out where that
Just
where it
you
failed.
can press this, and then lock. And what are we searching for?
We should create a website one module called projects.
Oops, that's a long way down. Let's try again. Projects. Um, okay, website one project module should call. That's not it.
Wait,
Uh,
hold on. Oh no, keep
yeah,
going, keep
that's it.
going.
This one. No, this is the one. Website module loading should define a new website one module called projects,
Okay. Yep,
and it is failing with the same thing.
undefined is not an object. Evaluating gapi.hangout.render. Why is it evaluating gapi.hangout.render? Let me think. Oops. But I'm certain I have a type check here. I'm even checking this. Nope.
Wait, Brian, but if you look at the stack, the back trace, if you look at the trace, it
Uh-huh.
actually calls it from the load hangout JS.
No, just
So
above it is a different one, which I think is an anonymous function stack. So that's why it doesn't have a file name.
sure, but I mean, still the load hangout JS gets called right before that,
Yep.
and that calls the callback which you're passing in.
Yes.
Ah,
That's
right, and the
true.
callback is here. Okay.
So, but it's still realizing that GAPI is defined for some reason. Um, okay. How about this? I read to see. Um, can you check in your browser?
Mm-hmm. On projects.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah, are you running Rake Jasmine already by any
Yeah,
chance?
I am. I am.
Okay, I'll just refresh that page then. You should hit a debugger. Oh wait, you probably hit like tons of debuggers.
No, because I don't have it open.
Oh,
Okay, it's
anyway,
open now.
let me think of something else. You'll probably hit tons of debuggers with that. In fact, do you know what order the tests are run?
Me?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
How about inspect.js? because right, so point am I using Hangouts here? Ah, okay. So I did this too. Very hacky way, but right. So, do you mind if I try something?
Sure.
Temporarily delete all this, and then here run rate Jasmine again. Ah, okay.
It's passing now.
I know what
Um,
happened. Because I'm seeing here you're creating fixtures in a global namespace, which is affecting
uh-huh.
my test as well. So it's quite bad
uh,
to use
but
global.
wait a second. Wait a second. Firstly, it creates it with a different ID. The ID of the placeholder is different. And secondly, the global space should not be. I mean, they're not interfering with each other. They're different tests. The describe
No,
blocks are different.
no, this is in global namespace, which is going to affect my test because you're defining Hangout and GAPI.
Uh, Let me think about it. So, you mean the global namespace for Jasmine?
This is no for the
Mm,
entire JavaScript runtime.
but yeah, for Jasmine, I mean, basically for the Jasmine page, because we get it loaded there.
Yes.
Um, okay, how about just clearing it in the after block?
Sure, we could have an after block that clears it after each. But then you are, never mind, let's try that. Hangout equals to fine. GAPI is equal to undefined. Let's try this.
Do you know how to unspy jQuery?
Uh,
I was
there
reading
is
the
a
docs
way,
for
but I
Jasmine.
forgot.
Yeah, because it's not a straightforward way.
Yeah. Okay, so this, although I still wouldn't do this because maybe it might actually be defined somewhere. But no,
But
I
I mean,
think it should be.
you shouldn't be relying on it being defined somewhere.
Yeah, true. The good thing is I'm not relying on it being defined, but I don't want to rely on it being defined, but I don't want to change whatever it was supposed to be, if you know what I mean. Because we are still
Hmm.
affecting the global namespace by forcing it to be undefined here.
Can we store it in sort of previous store it for the time of the test and then reassign it back?
Yes, we could. I think I can't remember, and I can't really think right now. I'm getting tired. I had an implementation that did something like that, but I eventually replaced it with something else. So what I did was very weird, hacky thing to something like type of CPI fine. Then this is my oops, nope, not this. Whole GPI is equal to Undefined. The reason I did this was because calling old GAPI equals GPAPI is not safe and will throw an exception unless you use this check type of
Mm-hmm,
um,
mm-hmm.
then GAPI. So if you know it's defined, you can safely call. Oh no, no. What am I doing? Something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Old GAPI, and then yeah, that should be enough. And right at the end, you can say GAPI equals to old GAPI.
Why not do it in the before after block?
Um, you could.
I mean, just to make it cleaner. I know that it would get
Yeah,
called
yeah.
every time, but
Sure. We could do that.
just seeing code outside describe block is kind of worrying. What's going on there?
Yeah, that's why I didn't implementation. Uh, after each, we can do that. Oops. I mean to.
Just a sec, Brian. I'll
Uh-oh.
switch. Where are we? Oh, you're running the tests. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Confine variable load. Well, okay, it doesn't affect my test, so I guess this works.
Okay.
Um,
So
fine.
have fun with my tests. Then. I mean, I'll have fun with my tests then.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I think I want to turn in early tonight. I haven't been sleeping properly for the past few days.
Yeah, I can imagine. Same here. I was ill a
Yeah,
little bit, but honestly, I mean, it's not like this time. It's not me pushing the pull request. I mean, Sam's been like really asking about it. Like,
yeah.
guys,
I can
please jump
imagine
on.
this is exciting to Sam, but it's a nightmare for me because this is very new functionality and
I guess, but honestly, out of all the other pull requests at the moment from all the other people, this is
uh-huh.
like the most crucial for Sam because the next iteration, which I already have prepared, the code is all there. It's just another branch. I'm waiting for you to review and merge this, and then I'll be ready to do a pull request for another one.
Yeah,
Is seeing a list of live sessions. Seeing a list of live sessions and being able to see the members of those sessions and being able to join them straight from one page.
right.
You know, that's like the big thing which we want to get to, and this is just the first step to get to it.
Yeah, I can understand why Sam would be very excited about that. That is a yeah, that feature would be great to have. Um, yeah, but I want to make sure we're not introducing more stuff we want to have. We'll have to refactor later because that seems to be
Sure.
what we've been focusing on lately. Just cleaning up everything. Yeah, I
Sure.
want to just minimize that trouble as much as possible.
Oh, Brian, while you're here, one
Yeah.
question for you is authentication controller. Listen, see this mailer thing here.
Yes, that.
When I create a user on local machine with a clean database,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
this throws an exception because the local mailer is not set up.
I know. I know about that problem. Um, I
Just
will
tell me.
eventually.
I mean, I can do a pull request. Just tell me how we should do about it. Should we do a try catch block?
No, I'm gonna set. I'm gonna. When I introduce a configuration file, there will be a feature switch
Mhm.
for this, and I'll disable it by default. Um, in in development test.
Okay, let's just have it. Let's just have it there for now. I usually just comment it out, create a user, and then comment it back out.
Mhm.
But
Uh,
okay, so what's the plan? Is there anything on the Ruby side that you want me to change?
right. Ruby side. Let me quickly look through the pull request again. Um,
By the
okay.
way, but
The
do we
service.
say sorry? Do we say apart from specs, are we finished for now on JavaScript?
Yes, we're finished for now
Okay,
on JavaScript, I believe.
okay, let's go.
Right. I'm afraid I don't know much about the Hangouts API. Um, if you could share like a documentation with me where you learn all the basics for writing a new app, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, sure, I will. Although it's the Gappy Hangout Google developersgoogle.com basically the API
Okay.
description.
Yeah, developers.google.com has like tons of pages, so
Yeah, but
you
for
find it
Hangouts, the
more.
Google Plus Hangouts. But sure, I'll post you a link.
Yeah.
Thing is
Yeah.
that I mean I've been searching for documentation and there isn't much about Hangouts. I don't
Yes.
know why, but there just isn't much at all. But it's all hidden in application code.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Yes. Another thing is you're exposing the service app ID publicly. Is that gonna be a risk at all
Which one? Which one? Which
in the
one?
source
Oh,
code?
the service ID.
Yeah. Oh, why are
Well,
you
it
putting the
is.
module in the initializer? I just realized.
Why am I putting
Yeah.
the module in initializer?
Yes, initializer shouldn't define new module.
Wait a second, I'm confused. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at config initializers hangouts.rb.
Ah, right, yeah. Yeah,
You're defining a module here. I think that's
yeah. Just to give it a separate namespace.
yeah, but if you're gonna give it a namespace, you shouldn't put it in here. Initializers is something that will run a couple of functions that for some stuff that has already been initialized, like maybe a module setup function, but it shouldn't define a new module.
Right. Okay. But I mean, no problem with that. But thing is, what about our Omniauth? I mean, Omniauth
Um,
like sets up keys in. Okay, it sets up keys somewhere else. But anyway. But I mean, what's
well, yes, it sets up keys, but
where should we set up the constants then?
I mean, there's for constants, I would just put it inside the module file in its rightful
Hmm.
place. Did we did we create the lib directory app lib or something?
Yeah, but last time we talked about the
Uh-huh.
discuss, we decided that we will, for the moment, until we get the one config file for all the third-party services, for the moment we'll move all the constants into initializers.
Ah,
So
okay,
so
yes.
so I ended
But
up deleting all that stuff and moving it back into the initializer.
okay, did you? Yes, if that was the case, but I wouldn't have used a module, just a plain constant.
Like in global namespace for Rails.
Yep.
Because I think I did the same for Discuss. Discuss has a module Discuss inside the initializer.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, hmm. Right. That somehow got past me. Fine. Okay. Um, I would I would not define a module in initializers. Um, I would not even reopen any module or class in an initializer. I would prefer if you want to have a constant definition inside a namespace, it should be inside the module file, not an initializer. Um, If you want to have a constant, just a global constant, then maybe the initializer is the right place. I'm not entirely sure, but global constants usually are a bad thing.
Exactly. So I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
I would have it in a module file and define the constant in there.
what about
Let's say applib hangouts.rb.
in applib?
Yeah, does
Okay,
that
we
make
don't have
sense?
a lib there. I
I think if you
guess
merge with the latest upstream, you'll have a lib directory.
really because this is rebased with the latest. Well, with the latest develop.
Oh, okay. Oh yes, we didn't introduce the lib directory. Well, you can introduce the
No.
lib directory here if you want.
All right. And how would that get picked up? The lib directory, does it get picked up by
It's
somebody?
picked up automatically. There's no special configuration needed. Rails
By
loads
Rails?
everything inside app. Yeah,
Sure.
by default.
How do you read those two star slash? That's like any
Um,
any direct.
um, any everything inside the directory and subdirectories.
Ah, right. Because if you go deeper, that doesn't pick it up. Because I had app lib directory and then a discus directory in there, and it didn't pick up the file in discus directory.
Are you sure?
So I had,
Because I'm
yeah, yeah, absolutely, and I had to add another. I had to add app lib and then the same two stars thing to go to make it go deeper.
That's
We
very
need to go.
strange.
We need to go deeper.
Um, that
But
should
never
work.
mind. I
I
mean, never
think
mind.
I.
I just make sure it gets picked up.
That's weird because I thought that I've actually used subdirectories before and I didn't have any problems. There was no configuration at all that I needed to do.
Okay, well, I will have a look at that. Another thing is, Brian, about the security concern.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. Well, technically, this app is published on the Google, was it Google Store, Google Chrome Store, whatever. Well,
Uh-huh.
not published, but it is listed, so anybody can access it. On the other hand, if we don't want to make it obvious to use this application, although it can only talk to our server, but you know, um, then we can hide it somewhere. I guess just do the same strategy as But should we just leave it like this for now? I mean, so we don't bother with setting up the Heroku config and the Travis config
Okay.
because it's not a security concern really.
Yeah, I guess not. Not for the time being at least.
They can only run the application. They can't do anything to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine then.
Okay.
But Sampriti will pick up these kinds of things real quick, so
Oh, but he has reviewed it already.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But he's
he hasn't.
uh,
He hasn't picked it up. Yeah,
he hasn't
he
picked
was
it up
spamming
or
this.
he has picked it up and didn't want to tell.
I don't
He
know.
can be
Thing
like that,
is,
yeah.
he was spamming Discuss today.
Yeah,
As soon as I told everyone let's try Discuss, he put 365 messages into it just to see how it deals with spam.
uh-huh. Yep. So he's
Yeah,
the best person to test this stuff.
yeah, exactly. Okay, Brian.
Yeah.
So I will move this into applet directory. I
Yep.
will. That's the Ruby stuff. I will fix the adjustment tests for JavaScript.
Uh-huh.
And can we say that is it for now?
Uh, yeah. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to keep Sam waiting for too long since he's so eager for this.
The thing
But
is,
I
the second
just
iteration is going to introduce some more complexity into it because
right.
I tried to leave all the old stuff in place, like the editing, the link manual and stuff. I didn't want to delete that, but the next iteration will be more complex, and we can spend some time slowly polishing that off because Sam will be
Right.
happy by then anyway, and we will have time to do it.
Fair enough. Um, okay. Yes. Okay,
Right.
that's it.
Since I'm a bit ill, I'm gonna go to bed, but I will do it first thing tomorrow morning, and
Yeah,
then
sure.
I'll drop you a message into Slack.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to review it until late tomorrow anyway, so don't. There's no
Okay.
rush there. Take your time and make sure you write uh, carefully. I just wanted to address the JavaScripting stuff, which
All right. By
is
the
just
way,
quite.
Brian, another question I wanted to ask is, what was it? It was a Hangouts controller spec. Um, I was reviewing it today, and I was kind of just a sec. Uh, mm, I was reviewing the code, and suddenly I felt that I think I'm doing something stupid here. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm saying, it returns a success response if update is successful. And thing is, just let me open this. Let me open this in a split. Yes, so this is the update method, and this is the spec for it. And now I'm saying hangout any instance stub update hangout data, which is not exactly right because ideally I should check that the hangout instance with this particular ID um, receives this method, receives this call.
Uh-huh.
But I couldn't find a way of testing it without checking the database. I mean, should we just check the database in a controller spec?
Which
Like
where?
because look here. So basically, what happens? I call the controller. The controller checks if this event is present already. Then it doesn't create it. It only updates that. And I want to check
Uh-huh.
that this particular event was updated. So the easiest way for me is just to find this, is just to let it update in the database, and just find this event in the database and see if the field was updated.
Okay. Yeah. I think.
But that would be hitting the database. I was trying not to hit the database,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, without hitting the database, I cannot get hold of that Hangout instance. Anyway, listen, why don't we just go to bed and we leave this till next iteration?
Okay. You can actually stub define or create by.
I know,
If you want.
but then we're getting really specific. Like we're stubbing out the exact method the controller is using.
Yeah, but then you're
You know
also
what I mean?
yes, but you're still stubbing out the exact update hangout data method,
Yeah,
aren't
but
you?
that's like, but that is like my own specific method. That's not going to change. But find or create can be replaced with one line where I do the find, and then another line when I do the create. It's
Okay.
like, I don't want to impose restrictions on which Rails methods are being used inside the controller.
One could almost argue that you could replace update hangout data with update attributes. Um, anyway.
That's right. But the thing is, with update attributes, thing is, the params which I'm passing into update hangout data has a lot of stuff we shouldn't go into the attributes. So, I mean, the other way was extract those attributes here in the controller, and but then the controller was doing the work for which should
Okay,
be done by the model. You know what I mean?
right. I see what you mean. So you want to make sure that the Hangout is properly updated. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
That test should go in the model spec for Hangout, I
For the
believe.
updated, I see. So here we're just checking that the update has been sent, and then the model we check that it's been properly. Yeah, but I do have a spec for that.
Okay.
Things. I mean, this is the method here. So see, I'm updating params only with two things here, while params
Okay.
have got a lot of other stuff in there as well. And I do have a spec for this, surely.
Yeah. Up there in line 5, you still haven't. I mean, why are you using true if hangout.present? And it's why not just use hangout URL.present?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. I see. Hey, what's that? Mm-hmm. Never mind. I will come back to the controller spec anyway because it's going to be a little bit more complex, I guess.
Another thing you could do in params is you could use strong parameters, so you don't have
Mm-hmm.
to force yourself to do this title, because that's what strong parameters do. Filter out only certain permitted fields.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me just put strong parameters. Okay, I'll have a look at that.
Well,
By the way, the try thing is so cool. This try thing.
yes.
By the way,
Um,
is try being defined to nil? Say
try
hangout
when
is
it's nil
is
if it
nil.
is nil.
Really? So try is defined to nil then?
Yes, for Rails. It is something Rails does.
Wow. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So if I do Rails console,
Nil.try will return nil. That's the reason try was created.
when was that? Is that like
It's
quite
just
recently?
oh no, not quite recently. It's been there for a while.
Why is everybody writing if this and that?
Um, let me see. Well, I think there was one argument placed. I forgot the blog post. I used try at work, and then one of my coworkers didn't like it. I think there's one argument by some famous Ruby guy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's promoting the practice of confident coding. You shouldn't be using try anywhere, and you should really be either lazily assigning it something. If you're expecting it to
Uh-huh.
be nil, lazily assign it instead of using tries everywhere. I think if you use it once, like if
I
there's only one
see.
occurrence, it's fine. But if you are saying, try all the way down, like, multiple lines, you should really be
Mm-hmm.
lazily assigning it. Something like that, yeah.
But wouldn't try be lazily evaluating it as well? I mean,
Yes, but
yeah,
if you're repeating try everywhere, it's not
I see, I
very good.
see.
And always use the
And,
version with a bang, because the version without a bang will fail silently, and if the method doesn't exist, it will not throw an exception, and
mhm.
that is just the same effect as stubbing something. So always use the version with a bang.
Cool. I will. Brian, so have a good sleep and see you tomorrow
Yeah.
then.
All
And
right.
I'm going to go and have some tea.
Yeah. Get well soon. Take care of
Yeah, thanks very much.
yourself. Yeah.
You
Right.
too.
Yeah. Good work so far. Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Thanks for your
All
help.
right. No worries. See ya.
Right, say bye bye.
Bye. Oh shoot. What is this?